Welcome again to another episode of the Goalpost Gossip. I'm your host, Alton, and this is the podcast where football meets banter. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow the movement at Gossip Goalpost. Without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. Alright, ball roll and we're back. Welcome back. Well, this episode we're gonna be talking about the second game of the second leg of the um quarter final of the Champions League. Yeah, there's a lot of off, but it is off the off. Hope you get the off. Hope you like my cup. So this game that we're gonna talk about is the Bayern. First, we're gonna talk about the Bayern Real Madrid. What a game! What a game! Um, with this victory from Bayern, man, I think Bayern deserve to go ahead and win the Champions League. I still have them as my favorite to win the Champions League, and they did put on a show. Bayern did put on a show. Yes. And Real Madrid at one point we thought they were coming back because Real Madrid scored that early goal. Then Bayern scored, and Real Madrid scored again. Then Real Madrid scored again. So it was pretty interesting. Both teams were going back and forth, and I must say both teams were open defensively. Yeah, both teams were open defensively. So it could have been way more goals, but hey, man, it was a very competitive game. What do you think about that game? What do you think about that game? So yeah, it was very entertaining on everyone's behalf. I enjoyed that game. That red card kind of ruined the game. I really think it was a red card, a second yellow, but because it was stupid of Kamavinga, but that ruined the game, and it just opened up the door for Bayern to bam. As I said, man, it was end to end. I see Mbappe miss a couple of chances. You know, it, it was just a overall exciting game, man. Like both teams weren't backing down. Both teams were like showing their dominance and showing their power. And we all know Real Madrid for excel at this point in any competition in Champions League, basically. So once they're here, it's hard to get them out, and it was very hard getting them out. I think this is their 12th meeting in 10 years or something like that, and I think this is their third meeting or fourth meeting in over. I think the year, a year or two, something of that sort. But it was an exciting game, man, and with that victory, I really expected Bayern to go ahead now and win the Champions League. If you agree with me, yeah, that's one for the team. Um, the at the end of the game, to be honest, the display by the Real Madrid players, it was horrendous. Um, I think they were complaining too much at the end of the game. I think that they were complaining too much, and not only Mozariga, which all fair game, man. When Real Madrid get beaten, bro, y'all need to take your beating and chill. You know what I mean? I like you guys. I think you guys have a very good team, very talented players. But when you guys get your beating, you guys got to take your beating and chill. You know, because a lot of times there are a call that goes against other team in your favor. So it was a red card. You know, he was a second yellow for what he did. Any player who did that warrant a yellow card. You understand what I'm saying? It was soft, but it is what it is. It's a red card. Um, so stop the crying and just come back again next year, which we're not gonna win it next year either, because next year gonna be Chelsea year. Believe it or not, next year gonna be Chelsea year. And so with that, Real Madrid are on the part of no trophy because they are some points off La Liga also. So Barcelona still have the upper hand on them there. So I don't think it's gonna be a very good ending of a season for Real Madrid. We are all not accustomed to that, but it is what it is. Yes, it is what it is, Real Madrid. So pick up yourself and come again, Real Madrid, and get ready again for the for next season. Very good goals. I was happy for Luis Diaz. Harry Kane again breaking all these records and records and records, man. I think Bayern scored the most goal of all teams in club football for the season so far. They outshine everyone. I think the closest to them is PSG, and they will be playing PSG in the semi-final. So it's number one best offense versus number two best offense. So it will be a game. Overall, people are saying that PSG is better rounded in the sense of with their defense, even though their offense is second to Bayern. Their defense match their offense. Overall, they have a better balanced team. So let's see, man. It will be a very very good showdown between these two teams because PSG hit an extra gear. They struggled during the rounds, but now, man, the knockout phases, they hit an extra gear. And they have a title to defend, so I don't think they're going down that easy. But hopefully, Bayern can kick them in the face. Bap, bap, bap. You understand what I'm saying? Because of what they did to Chelsea. Uh, Okay, so yeah, that's one semifinal right there. PSG versus Bayern Munich. Let me know who you think may win that semifinal. I think Bayern gonna get rid of them over the two legs. So Bayern will be in the final. Um, the other game that played the second was Arsenal Sporting, and Arsenal had no problem holding off Sporting and maintained that 1-0 victory that which over the two legs. The one nil that they scored last week, they didn't score again in the second game. So Arsenal have the best defensive record in for the entire season so far. You know, they know how to keep teams out. But let's see if they can keep Manchester City out this weekend. Let's see if they can keep Manchester City out. But Arsenal are through to the semi-final also, and they will be up against a excellent Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have a very excellent defense also, and I think they have the second best defense. So look how it is. It is very ironic where you got the best offense team playing against the second best offense team, and then you have the best defense playing against the second best defense. I think it's a mismatch there, but let's see, man. It will be very very good because Atletico, I think they, after what they did to Barcelona, they deserve to be in the final also, and I can see Atletico overcome Arsenal, even though Arsenal have the upper hand on them, where their last couple of games Arsenal win. So I think Atletico have a point to prove here because Simone, this is his strength in these kind of games. When he's going in as the underdog, this is where Atletico excel. So I can see Atletico getting rid of Arsenal, which all of us want to see. So it's just one more trophy that we need to cross off that list, and then at the end, the final one, which will be the domestic league, which they still will not win. So let's see. I think the games they started on the 20 something, the 29 or something of that sort. The first legs. So they will be very interesting, man. So make sure y'all don't miss the game. All right. So Champions League is looking good going into the semifinals. So we are now crossing over our focus into this weekend Premier League. So yes, enjoy this weekend Premier League. Chelsea of Manchester United. It will be a very very good game. We definitely need to win this game. Based on Manchester United loss, they need to win this game too. So it's a win or die situation for both teams. And I really think it's going down to the wire, man, for the top for Champions League football. Yes, I think it's going down to the wire. And my prediction on this Chelsea Manchester United game, I think Chelsea gonna come away with a 2-0 victory, and we're gonna put Manchester United, on the edge. And the reason why we're putting them on the edge is because the top four is still open. It is open. I think Liverpool going to lose this weekend. Also, I also think Aston Villa going to lose, and I think Arsenal going to lose to Manchester City. So it will be a very very interesting weekend, man, and it's getting down to the wires. So let me know what you all think about this weekend games. I already told you what I think. So let me know. Chelsea, come on, Chelsea, we gotta keep them quiet, Chelsea. We gotta keep them quiet. That was a good loss for them, so I think that their confidence is a little bit down now. And Aston Villa did have a little win, a draw, I should say, not a win, but all of them confidence should be down. Liverpool just exit Champions League, so let's see, man. We all need them to lose, and then Chelsea shall win and make the top four very interesting. And there's one thing that I said, and I'm gonna keep repeating this: Aston Villa cannot finish above me at the end of the season. So there's no doubt that Champions League position is for me. I don't know who and Aston Villa are gonna be fighting for six, but it's not Chelsea and Aston Villa. Aston Villa cannot finish above Chelsea, and I stand by that. So yes, here we go. Down to Premier League weekend. So let me know what you think, and my team Chelsea gonna prevail. All right, so here we go. We come to the end of this podcast. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, follow the movement, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, I'm your host Alton, checking out. Until next time, peace.